Hi everyone. I just wanted to remind us all that the moving forward at this time of the feminine qualities of life in the universal interaction between the masculine of action and the feminine of the creation energy matched with the action in our evolution of light supporting the planet at this time, to emphasize that balance. The only way that is moving forward in balance is not via the current extremes we've been experiencing in the human being some leadership mentality, which is the extremes. So if you take a look at how extreme leadership has been trying to run things, so this is a circle. So this is a leader, say, and we've got the extremes of lower vibration, which would be something like complaining, this isn't going the way I want it, I'm going to take it out on these people, this must be run the way I say, which is an extreme at this end. And then at the opposite end, the extreme that they're talking up is my power of position says I can act in this lower way. So, no. So with the balance of masculine and feminine happening, so the divine, it's kind of like, I see it as an hourglass shape, right? So the divine we receive and is coming in to assist our light beings to function and receive universal assistance for well-being, light evolution on the planet, and letting go of the negative limiting beliefs. But when a leader is operating, I am this, I am my position, I have financial backing, I'm unstoppable, I can run it however I want at lower vibration, and yous will all follow. Well, not with the feminine uprising, which is light essentially, creation light, emphasis on our light beings individually. That doesn't cut it anymore. What does cut leadership, what does make the mark of leadership, is that the masculine or the feminine in any kind of leadership, which we're all leaders of our own lives, so it comes right down to us as well. So, and the most balanced leader is the one that takes into account the whole of consciousness, everything that a human being has to go through, and we all support each other. You know, thereabouts. We're not drawn to be around everyone on the planet and be a part of everyone's experience in a positive light or a negative light. We are here to attract via our light and our soul paths, which don't last forever, those who we are meant to interact with. And let's make sure that that's of a balanced nature, which is the interaction of the human consciousness on all levels, not just saying, I can use my seen power in the world to behave however I want, which puts out all sorts of horrible feelings into the atmosphere we live in, and people are treating each other along those lines, because if that's what leadership is standing for, and then you have leaders do what happened in the States, all different things over periods of time, some harsh following the leader, which, you know, what's he standing up for? All lower vibrational stuff to make a point of I am leader, but not if you are not covering all bases of his healthy functioning, and that emanates in his choices, in his teams, what he does with his actions, etc. So this is being looked at and shined upon, and yeah, I wanted to remind us of that when it comes to when we see this happening, this unconsciousness of the whole field, which is the universal energy, the light that we are, is coming in to kind of cradle our creation. We feel, you know, the creation of being here and our soul, and it rises up, and then the universal energy is making itself, you know, an allowance there. So we should be able to naturally live a life like that, where we're creators and we can create. We shouldn't have the other kind of energy as though it's a definite way of life. So I just wanted to remind us of that when you are looking at it, just know to yourself that they're not functioning at their highest potential or optimum potential. They're quite ignorant of facing things in themselves, their environments, and appearance is made to look as though, you know, I'm wearing the crown and I can do what I want. And we all know that we don't like doing that to each other in our own lives, and we call people out on that in our own relationships. You know, and if we don't, it means we haven't faced that in ourselves and grown in strength to say, yes, I agree with that. No, I can't agree with that. So it's all a part of that empowerment, and the light is helping us with that now. So these leaders and anyone else who hasn't been facing, you know, facing fears, creating like heart chakra, like equal sort of, you know, give and take, you get lost in yourself, and, you know, there's all different stories that one thinks that they'll fulfill, and you know, relationships aren't that healthy because people are trying to fit things all in this. Does it seem to be, you know, am I seen to be functioning perfectly, and what are they actually doing with their energy field? So it's just bringing more consciousness and highlighting that learning of that consciousness awareness and what it means, and is that representative doing that? And it's just standing out even more now that it is a functioning of lower because of position, not necessarily because they are more evolved human beings. So they're probably quite lucky they're in the position they're in at the moment, rather than those of greater self-discerning merit and awareness of the whole. That's the kind of representatives that we'll be moving into as ourselves and as a whole. And that's all I have to share for now. So I'll be back again soon when there's some other flow occurrence in regards to this on our shared global scale. Much love. Bye for now.